Hi everybody, we're going to be talking about something really cool that you can do with your Takt plans, and it's utilizing a function in Excel, COUNTIF. Let's get into it. So today we're going to be looking at this Takt plan. As you can see, there's some structural items, there's some interior items, and there's also some exteriors right here. So something really cool that we've been able to figure out, when you utilize the numbers and or letters here, and they're separate, and you use the same time scale, and right here you see that legend over here, right? So when you utilize these systems simply like this, trying to plan out, you can create something called a Takt Manpower report. And all we've done here, and I guess I'll kind of preface it, if you bring over the legend and show, okay, layout, here is the manpower needs for layout. They're in one area here, one area here, one area here, then they go away. Then there are two areas there, then no areas, then one area, then 0 areas. So you can kind of see the spread of manpower over time for each individual trade, all the way down, and then these ones right here all the way over. Now you can see that we have colors, and all this really is, and I'll show you how quickly it can be done. I'm gonna take away this section right here. I'm gonna create it from scratch for right here. So for layout, I want to see May 11th, how many times in my actual schedule I have layout, which is number 1, right? And I'm gonna start with May 11th because that's before we start, right? So in here, my function is going to be equal to COUNTIF, and I usually just double click this, and then find the range you want to count, right? And you can go in here, so May 11th, I'm going to go a little bit higher, right? And then I'm going to come all the way down. Just if we move things around, it'll probably capture kind of that area, that sequence, and so on and so forth. So that's the range I want to capture. And I'm gonna set this one with these $ signs so that it remembers that when I pull my formatting over, and then I want it to look for quotation 1, quotation, and then end parentheses. So everywhere on May 11th, it's going to count if there's a 1, and there's none, right? And I did the same thing here, and you can see that same formula, COUNTIF, in the Takt Utah, in the Takt template for Utah right here, boom. Between AN 51 and 11111, and then it's looking for 1, right? You see that? And then let's take away conditional formatting so you can see what that is. So once I have my format like this, right, what you can do is hover your mouse over the bottom right, and then click and drag all the way over to where your schedule would end, and then you see numbers kind of appear, and it's counting. So right here, May 18th, in our schedule, we have 1 box where layout appears in the schedule, right there, May 18th, boom. So you can easily see that, boom, boom, boom. There's 1, 1, 1, and then there's nothing for like 4 weeks. Let's see what that looks like, 1, 1, 1, and there's like nothing. You see how that works. So that right there, it can become very powerful. Now, seeing where you have more than one area, or where we're stacking areas, is really important. So you can see this is kind of what's happening down here. So you can highlight this entire area and say conditional format, and I already have one set up. And you can just go to color scale and use this, right? But I've tweaked it a little bit. So you don't see 1s show up. 1s are green and 2s are pink. And I'm going to show you manage. That's what this conditional format looks like. So when you use the 3 color scale, number 1, number 2, I turn that pink. So it starts showing up pink when we have double, and then the highest maximum value goes, the darker it goes, and you can even go like that, right? And then apply, and then you see it really pop out, right? And we start to see those things. I mean, you can go even further to make this more, make it more red, make it darker, so you really see that pop out, and then it just goes dark dark red, right? So the darker it is, the more manpower, the more stacking we have. So that 8 right there would be a problem. And you can see kind of some stacking in the exteriors. Looking at who it is and what time it is and what areas those are, that helps you hone in. Okay, September 28th and 25th right there. That's where the issue I have for windows and glazing. I'm in 4 areas, so let's go look at that. This right here, down here, windows and glazing. Oh, yeah, I can see kind of that stacking right in there, right? So those are those sequences, those areas, and try to understand and extrapolate what that would really mean, what that would do, so on and so forth. So that is how you can utilize manpower for your TACT plans. And an easy way, really quick, this probably takes 5 minutes to go through and figure out, but you really can dial in and understand, okay, what are we saying, where do we need to focus, where's the issues. And you can see that yes, there's flow, we can see, or at least the angle looks good of the schedule, but you see where there's stacking, and understand how bad it can actually get with our stacking, where the hot points are. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was something that you can use, and something that will help and understand how we can manage our schedules better. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one.